All right. Hello, hello. I hope everybody is doing well. Happy evening. Going to try and finally do this. Some of the stuff I'm kind of late to the game on, but I thought I'd at least get on here and try to do this. The more I do it, the more comfortable I'm going to become with it. Can everybody hear me? Hi, Blue Jay. Hello, K Huck. Hello, May Burst. Excellent. Good deal. Good deal. So, it's been a busy past few weeks. We've had a lot going on. We had a wall leak this week in our basement. I have to get that fixed. That's at least in process. So it's been kind of chaotic. But I wanted to take the time kind of to talk a little bit about Destiny and Bungie, the drama surrounding that, and some other things in gaming. And also, maybe if we can, I'd like to do a chat and do the PlayStation Let's Play showcase and discuss that and see what it was interesting that came from that. So very, very, very interesting things. Lots of neat things in the pipeline. Um, let's talk about Bungie. A lot of you might know that I'm very much a fan of Destiny. I've been playing it for over 10 years, and I'm going to be honest with you. Here as of late, it's been hard to pick the game back up. We got the story wrapped up. That was like the main thing that had been going on for like 10 years. It finally came to a head, and it ended, and it went out with a bang. But ever since then, I feel like Destiny's kind of been in this identity crisis. It just is not fun to play anymore. I've kind of hit a brick wall with it. And don't get me wrong, some of the Star Wars stuff that's coming out, yeah, it looks great. But I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I want to play other games. I want to do other things. And it's just a grind. Like when a game feels like more like a job to play rather than a game that you play to enjoy, it's not fun anymore. So at the same point, I was looking at some of the news going on in here, and I want to talk about this. So they've had two huge things come on. It seems like here as of late, they've got two things. So we're going to look at Aztec's Cross video first about the lawsuit. For those of you that don't know, and just to put it into perspective, if you're new and just joining us, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It would mean a lot. I'm just getting started. But I want to talk about this Bungie lawsuit. So apparently, for those of you that don't know, the story in the game was removed years ago. They sunset it. It just disappeared. Not around anymore. And it was the subject of a lawsuit due to someone saying it was a copyright infringement. Which, by the way, class, for those of you wondering, this is the second copyright infringement news or lawsuit they've had over the past few weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to this. Apologies, I'm still trying to figure out how some of this works. Here we go. So we're going to go ahead and watch this, and I kind of want to just comment on it as we watch it, because I think this is really a shame. Like, we're watching history here, like one of what would be considered one of the greatest developers of all time is going to shit. And it's on fire, and everybody can see it, and it's just an amazing fire. It's exploding right in front of us.
Let me turn this down, guys. This is crazy. Court denies Bungie's attempt to dismiss Destiny 2 Red War lawsuit, refuses to consider YouTube videos and wiki pages as proof.
So, for those of you wondering, the Red War was the first campaign they had in the game that was eventually removed. And they were sued because a writer of some kind said that their story, point blank, ripped off of their book, whatever it is. And apparently they can't bring it back or put it back in the game because it's apparently damaged. So for those of us who were holding out, hoping they would add all of the campaigns back, there's no way to even do it. It's impossible.
Proof. So by Zahad here, the court has rejected Bungie's attempt to dismiss the Destiny 2 Red War lawsuit, saying YouTube videos and fan-made wiki pages aren't enough to evaluate copyright claims at this stage. A federal judge has ruled that Bungie must continue facing a copyright lawsuit that claims the company copied parts of Destiny 2's original Red War and Curse of Osiris campaigns from an unpublished sci-fi work. The case, filed by writer Matthew Kelsey Marnay, has been active since late 2024, and things have gotten more complicated with Bungie's own game content now being inaccessible due to vaulting.
I just think it's so shitty. I can't think of one game where, I don't know, we've paid for what, maybe 7, 8 full games, and half of them have been vaulted and you can't even play the campaigns anymore. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing ever. I don't know of any other game out there that actually does that. Not one. What's going on? Mayburst, be nice. He hates it when you call him that. What did he call me? Aztec Cross, not Aztec Ross. There you go. Okay, you'll have to explain that sometime.
Marnay, writing under the pen name Casper Cole, alleges that Bungie lifted plot elements, characters, and themes from his work posted on WordPress years before Destiny 2 launch. He specifically points to the Red Legion faction, a powerful alien military force in both his story and Bungie's game, as well as other shared elements like a celestial object hovering over Earth, war beasts, and more.
Originally, when I first saw this, I thought, okay, this can't be true. Surely these people are just out for money. But now that I've actually had a chance to absorb the news about Destiny and the Marathon. And for those of you that are wondering, apparently they ripped off an artist and all of their art assets and put them in their game without any permission or even crediting anyone. I have to wonder, this has got to have some more merit to it than what's being talked about. Like, are they just out of creativity and just stealing from everybody over here?
Again, the whole thing about this, though, is that, like, again, the celestial object hovering over Earth, I mean, that was from, like, D1. Because when was his thing was submitted? Chad, how many years ago? It's not even, you can't even, like, buy this book. It's not a book. What did he post it actually up to? It's a very generic sci-fi story. 2015.
2015. Okay, that's fair. Destiny came out, what, in when did Destiny come out?
All right. Now, Bungie responded in late 2024 with a motion to dismiss, calling the...
When did Destiny come out? Let's find out real quick. I'm curious. When did it come out? So if this book was released in 2015, what year was Destiny 1 released? Oh, September 9th, 2014, according to the all-knowing Oracle Google. I mean, okay, well, there you go. So maybe part of it might have some merit, but not all of it. But it's still pretty messed up nonetheless. All right, let's get back to that.
The allegations vague and unsubstantiated. To support its case, Bungie submitted hours of YouTube footage and screenshots from a fan-made wiki to show that Destiny 2 was nothing like Marnay's work. After the court granted Marnay...
I mean, I do kind of understand the court not wanting to do that. I mean, anybody can edit a wiki. But this wiki, on the other hand, also has all of the Destiny information that's ever been moved or removed from the game.
Marnay a chance to amend his complaint, Bungie tried again, filing another dismissal motion. In a decision issued today, May the 2nd, the judge denied Bungie's motion to dismiss the case and also refused to consider several exhibits the company submitted, namely fan-made YouTube videos of Destiny 2 and pages from a fan wiki called Destinypedia. The new court filing was Bungie's attempt to get the lawsuit thrown out at the early stage. In its motion to dismiss, Bungie included links to fan-recorded YouTube videos and summaries from Destinypedia to show the content Marnay was accusing it of copying, since the original campaign was removed from Destiny 2 years ago and can't be accessed anymore. Dude, so what are you going to...
I don't know. We're going to have to look into that, Mayburst. You know, let's give it a second. And I'm going to actually see if we can pull that up while we're on air here.
What are they going to do? Is Bungie going to show up? Like, what are they going to show up with, like, a PC, a server, and the Red War campaign and Curse of Osiris and be like, all right, Judge, I'm going to start playing it right now for you. We're going to hit Red War campaign, and we're going to take on the antagonist here, Gaul, and then we're going to move into Curse of Osiris. We're going to be here for about 9 or 10 hours. I mean, is that the only way? Like, how else would you do this? If you don't want to lose, yes. No lie, I volunteer myself to come play. I'd eat that up. Dude, we...
Can you imagine having to play a game for a judge? Imagine that. I don't understand. Again, it brings up the point, why can't they just go to YouTube and watch it?
Who would even get to play that, right? It'd probably be an actual playtester. But I would fucking, and it's in Louisiana, right? But the judge wasn't on board with that. In her official ruling, Judge Susie Morgan made it clear that just because Destiny 2 is mentioned in the lawsuit doesn't mean the court can rely on third-party videos or unofficial wikis. While plaintiff does reference Destiny 2 in his complaint, he does not reference the YouTube videos containing Destiny 2 game footage, the Destinypedia pages, or the Tyson Green Destiny 2 game director declaration, the order states. Dang, brother. Dang, man. This is getting messy, man. Bungie archived the original code that comprised the Red War and Curse of Osiris campaigns known as legacy builds. Game director Tyson Green's declaration reads, however, the Red War and Curse of Osiris legacy builds can no longer run because their outdated code is incompatible with Destiny 2's underlying.
So, this is nuts. So basically they made a game, and they can't even play it themselves. Nobody ever thought that of a way maybe to get around that?
Operational framework, which has evolved considerably since the Red War and Curse of Osiris campaigns were retired. I guess you would have to do like almost like an old school RuneScape, launch the old server just for this, just to have people play or for them to see the campaigns. You know what you could do, right? This could be a 2-in-1. Since there's so many people that have not played the campaign since it's been removed from Destiny, you can make it a standalone downloadable thing so players can actually play the campaigns.
Blue Jay, that's great. Can you imagine the judge trying to do it? Oh man, that would be great. You know, one thing I never understood. Why not just make the campaigns downloadable? Let them be played one at a time, and then you can delete them. But they can't do that. Oh man, that'd be great.
Start to finish, but then also take that to the court case and do that too. You know what I mean? So then you got 2-in-1 happening right there. And then that way people can actually narratively understand what the hell's going on. As a result, Bungie cannot feasibly provide the court with the original Destiny 2 game as it existed in 2017, including the accused Red War and Curse of Osiris campaigns in any operable or reviewable form, nor will Bungie be able to produce the accused campaigns in operable or reviewable form if this matters.
This is why sunsetting is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
Proceeds to formal discovery. Dude, what are the chances? Like, surely there wasn't a situation where think back to 2019. Imagine your lead narrative person, whoever it may have been. He comes forward to who was the game director at the time, I think Luke Smith. And imagine just one day, who knows, maybe they went out and had drinks, and then the narrative director just spills the beans. It was like, bro, Luke, I lied. I stole the story, man. The pressure was on. I just took this story and I put it in Destiny 2. This Destiny 2 story is just this fucking guy named...
Now, here's some interesting stuff. Chat. This video was published before the knowledge about Marathon became widespread. I'm just saying, it's not a coincidence. Put on your tinfoil hats for a minute. I'm not saying they did, not saying they didn't, but it certainly does seem like they're starting to develop a little bit of a track record.
Casper Cole bullshit. What are the chances? And then what are the chances Luke's like, we got to sunset everything? I'm just saying. It's like, there ain't no way, right? There is no fucking way. But things did get sunset and got sunset in a big way. I mean, this act like it wasn't even in the game anymore. It was gone. You know what I mean? Like Red War, what? I mean, like, how do you even control that too? Because like, how do you know anyone that's leading your narrative team? What if they read a book? What if they watched a movie? What if they're just like not essentially copy and paste, but drawing lots of inspiration? They could. I mean,
there's a line between drawing an inspiration and outright plagiarism, right?
Could. How do you even check that? Like, how do you even keep that from happening? The judge emphasized that Destiny 2's campaign.
So, wait a minute. Imagine a judge playing Destiny. So, if they were stuck on a part, does that mean they could hold the game in contempt? Contempt, however you would say it? That'd be some shit.
like Red War and Curse of Osiris are no longer available, and Bungie admitted there's no way to play or review them in their original form. Because of that, the court couldn't do the usual side-by-side comparison to determine if there's actual copyright infringement. Bungie's solution, fan-made videos, just wasn't good enough. The court will not consider the exhibits attached to the defendant's motion to dismiss and will not convert the defendant's motion to dismiss to a motion for a summary judgment, the court wrote. There has not been sufficient time for discovery, and the attachments are admittedly of third-party origination. Their authenticity has not been established. Hold on, even the crazy thing, even though it was years ago, this Martinet guy could come out and just be like, that's all AI, you know, or something, could make up some bull.
I don't know how you could say that's something like AI, considering it wasn't even around then. That was back in 2014.
You know what I mean? But here's the other side of things. What does he have? Isn't he supposed to submit shots? What does he have the whole Red War campaign? Did he play it? Is he a gamer? Does he got it recorded? What is he referencing? His one book. Right, but if the game is no longer there, what is...
Hold on, let's see here. Is there any reference in this at all to the book? We'll find it here in a minute.
He referencing. He's got his book, but the campaigns are no longer present at all inside of Destiny. He can use third-party stuff. So he can use third-party stuff. Oh my God, we're bringing an attorney in here. I told y'all we were going to bring an attorney. Actually, I have an attorney that we will have on here who is very familiar with copyright lawsuits. We had a conversation about this already. He said a lot of these do get thrown out. He even said that this right here would get thrown out. That's why I'm surprised right now reading this that it didn't get thrown out. And he said that it hits a lot of game companies too. And several third-party originated online Destinypedia pages. Because of this, the court refused to treat Bungie's motion as one for summary judgment to 13 plus hours of third-party originated YouTube videos of Destiny 2 and several third-party originated online Destinypedia pages. Because of this, the court refused to treat Bungie's motion as one for summary judgment and confirmed that the case should move forward. Martinet for his part.
All right, well, I think that's everything that could be seen here. So, again, I guess this is just bash on Bungie day today. I think it's interesting. We're going to look at some other stuff real quick, too. But, you know, for those of you wondering, again, I'll show you something about the marathon video, too. And then I'm going somewhere with this. It's going to come full circle, I promise. But let's see here. What was the name of the book? What was the name of the book? Destiny. Red War Campaign book. Based on lawsuit name. So apparently Kelsey Martin is the one doing this. Okay, what's the name of their work though? Well, I don't know what the name of the book is. I'm going to have to find it. But, well, here's a story. Casper Cole has filed a lawsuit. Copied his work to develop the game. Taken from his writings published on WordPress. I don't know what WordPress is, but I'm assuming, I guess it's a place where you can talk about stuff that you've wrote. Okay. Well, does anybody in chat know what WordPress is? I've never heard of it once in my life. Well, nonetheless, we'll move on. I mean, Bungie's just suing everything. Or getting sued by everybody. Apparently... and we're going to cover this, they stole, and I'm just going to switch screens real quick here. Everybody's talking about this. I mean, there's no point in beating a dead horse, but apparently they stole art from and used it in Marathon. And to make matters even worse, You can also see they've now stolen my likeness. There's a new character called Lodi. I don't know, chat. This guy looks awfully similar to me. Pre-beard. Without the beard. I'm just saying. Coincidence? Maybe? Maybe not? Well, let me know in the chat section what y'all think. I think this guy kind of looks like me. What do y'all think? Yay? Nay? I mean, there is a resemblance. The glasses, the hair. My hair's a little bit more gray now, but what do you think? Clearly, their hypocrisy knows no bounds. All right, let's keep going. So, in other news, also apparently, Fortnite has a Darth Vader that has AI built into it, and apparently it's been doing all sorts of bad things. And it's been on the news because apparently people have been manipulating it to get to do things that are just really bad. Let's see if we got a YouTube short on it real quick we can watch. I'm just going to pick one at random, but I have to be careful about this, but apparently people are making it say slurs, terrible, terrible things, or make fun of people. Let's see here. What do we got? Nope, that's not it. Well, nonetheless, it's kind of creative. It makes me wonder what people are going to do with AI and game development in the future. It's quite fascinating. Let's see if I have anything in here that we can find about it. Where is it? There we go. Here's a video of it. I don't know what's going to happen here, but let's see what happens.
I have 1 health.
Perhaps you should have considered that before running around with a pink flamingo head.
What does the blaster sound
That's
like?
actually really
Produces a
crazy.
controlled burst
Like
of
the
energy.
amount of immersion that you would get out of that. It's just going to be so different. Okay, what? This is the video I think where we found it. Let's see if this.
Even after AI Darth Vader has been forced to say some ridiculous things,
Hawk Tour.
he's facing his most serious threat next, the Screen Actors Guild. It might be a little confusing, but SAG-AFTRA is filing an unfair labor practice charge against Epic Games, even though the voice being used is of James Earl Jones, who passed away last year. His estate gave their blessing to Epic to use his voice for AI Vader. So who is SAG fighting for here? SAG is arguing that Epic Games' use of AI is taking away jobs from other voice actors who could mimic Vader's voice. Video game actors have been on strike since July 2024,
That's
and a
crazy.
big part of why that strike is still on.
You know, everybody's too happy about anything, and meanwhile, can we just talk about how innovative and fucking cool it is? What happens here?
That will sustain me in battle.
What freaking fucking food is that, Darth Vader? Tell me.
Double down.
Freaking fucking.
Wow,
Such vulgarity does not become you,
not
Padme.
allowed.
You inquire about
Oh
sustenance.
my God, no,
And
oh
yet
my
speak
God.
like a common thug.
my-
It is
I made him swear.
that will sustain me in battle.
That's
What?
so funny, the fact that they were able actually to trick him into doing that. But anyway, he did some pretty bad things, so, yeah. All right, guys, one's in the chat. We're going to look at some trailers and things, some things that have came from Xbox News, PlayStation Games Showcase, and I don't know, maybe if we have time, we'll look at the some Nintendo Switch 2 news. By the way, has anybody in the chat actually picked up a Nintendo Switch 2? And if you have, please tell me what you think about it. Me personally, I think it is overpriced and not anything at all that I would want to pick up. Maybe in the future, but right now I just don't see the value in it. So we're going to look at some stuff we've got here and go through this and go from there. Hi, Clover. Thank you for joining. Yeah, the Nintendo Switch is not cheap. It's like $600. I'm looking at my chat. Oh, we've got quite a few people in here. Welcome to the chat, Clover. All right. Well, let's go ahead and see. First thing I want to look at is Gears of War Reloaded. This could be interesting. Apparently, they're bringing Gears to the PlayStation. That could be entertaining. That was my jam back in the day. You'd rather get a ROG Ally? What is that, Mayburst? Is that like a Steam Deck?
Look who decided to show up.
Not gonna lie, the graphics look a hell of a lot better.
It's game time, baby!
You think you can still find your way back home, Phoenix?
Looks like they upgraded.
Like all of its bloody glory.
Baby! Let's do this.
I'm not gonna lie. Even though I've played this a million times, I'd love to play this again. I just reset the...
Looks like they upgraded. Nausea, baby! Let's do this.
This is gonna be awesome.
As much as I hate to say it, I really feel like ever since Epic sold Gears to Microsoft, they've just over-monotonized the shit out of it. Too many microtransactions. After Gears 3, the series was dead to me. Maybe E-Day will change that. It looks like, at a glance, it's moving in the right direction, but we'll see.
Form up!
Holy shit, that comes out in August? Hey, K-Huck, that make a great birthday present. Yeah, you know, we don't see enough couch co-op games anymore. We really don't. There should be more. You know, that was something I was talking to my daughter about a couple of days ago. We've been playing a game called It Takes Two. And there's this other one that's like a sci-fi split action game. And she wants to play it. We need more couch co-op games. K-Huck, I've known about it. I'm just dropping a hint. It would be a great birthday present, ma'am, for me to celebrate my 32nd birthday. Thank you. All right, what else have we got here? A couple of other things. This is really interesting. I love the Invincible series. So apparently there's a new Invincible game coming out. I don't know anything about this. I've never seen this.
Hope you're not in a hurry because northbound is backed up all the way to 810th Street. And the southbound ain't looking much better. But you might
This is
as well-
ridiculous.
Got a whole lot of people
Please,
working for
come
you.
on.
Are you one of them? You're here, but if you're
Oh!
Had enough yet?
No, Dad, not even close.
I don't remember Mark in any of the series actually fighting his dad and 2 other Viltrumites.
I hoped you'd understand why I had to do this.
This is intense.
Accept our rule or die.
I'd like to propose a third option.
That's my favorite, Rexplode.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I trusted you!
Ready to bleed? This is over.
I'm not gonna lie, whoever's developing this, depending on how it's done, it could be really good.
All right, coming through.
Let's do this. Gotcha.
Going up. Need a hand? Might want to look up.
I'm up! See how you like this? It's an army!
I am ending you. I see it all now.
Oh, damn. So they've got fatalities in this too, apparently. Who is making that? Okay, I normally don't play a lot of fighting games anymore, but I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty good. Looks like we got another one, Clockwork Revolution. Is anybody else keeping up with anything from the Xbox show? Was there anything else worth bringing up? Maybe we'll find a summary
The
here.
glittering streets of Avalon sure do shine, because they sweep their filth down to us.
Yeah, you pay rent.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of, what was that Assassin's game? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. There was a first-person game set in an environment like this. Hasn't had a sequel in a while. It'll come.
Who's for a paper?
Here's to playing in the mud.
I'm digging the whole steampunk thing. VA for Omni-Man say world fucking premiere. That's amazing. That is amazing. Mayburst, I did not know that.
Life here ain't for the soft-hearted.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
It ain't for the spineless.
Keep your filthy pickers off me!
And it sure as shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one.
There has been a crime! Justice itself has been affronted! I have been burgled!
Lord Griswick.
Bertolt!
Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill?
Dishonored. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Dishonored, and if anybody ever played that.
We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
They were,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall,
Yes, sir.
built rather slim, well, muscular. Mm-hmm. Was very quick, agile.
Go on.
With a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
I always spend more time at creating a character than anything. This is a new game by Xbox K-Hut called Clockwork Revolution. We're watching a trailer from the Xbox Showcase.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part.
The dude pissed himself.
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to me first, and him never. Got it?
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I say I'm touchy! There. Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
I'm still confused about what we're supposed to be doing in this game. And this Horned, yes, Mayburst, birds, it's amazing.
Round here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets, and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no! I'll hurt you, you fucking...
I love the art direction in this.
Meatsack, I'll leave you...
And Mayburst, Dishonored's basically a first-person shooter where you play in stealth with, like, superpowers, and you're an assassin. A few different endings, a few different play styles and builds you can do. So, yes, it is very good. It was a Game of the Year, I believe, at one point. It's had quite a few sequels. And I have yet to actually finish it. Maybe I'll stream it.
With a pissing pan of peaches!
You'd either got a gang at your back, or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed.
Okay, I always appreciate a game that lets you customize the weapons quite a bit. It looks like there's quite a bit of that in here.
Let's go and end a few arguments. Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history...
So that's interesting. So apparently the bad guys in this game can go back and change history? How's that work?
They can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can fiddle with time. Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl.
This reminds me a little bit of a game that was a few years ago where you could control and manipulate time, but I've never seen it to the point where you can actually put a gun bullet back in a barrel. That's nuts.
Take a mistake and make it like it never happened. We can change the world as we know it. One choice at a time. And I can...
Alright, so we went to a steampunk to a Roman Empire infrastructure. That's amazing.
Even go back and change the past to change the future. And let me tell you, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
This looks really good. I'm really curious to see what they do with it. It's like a steampunk BioShock with time control elements. Could be very entertaining. All right. So let's see, what other highlights are there from Xbox? You guys want to look at some more videos and keep going? What do y'all think so far? Let me know in the chat and comment section down below. I'd love to interact with you folks, so if you have anything you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Wait a minute. So, did they actually highlight a handheld in the show? I didn't even know this is a thing. Apparently they did. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to buy this, but I'm gonna see what the hardware and specs are on it first. You know, I can take my smartphone and my Android phone and put a Bluetooth controller on it and use Xbox Live Game Pass, if I had Game Pass still. Currently I don't. And stream almost anything. But this does seem intriguing. That's really interesting. You know, that's one thing that's been really neglected. I'm not surprised by this because it's been rumored for a while. I'm glad it's going to happen. But that's one thing I feel like PlayStation is really lagging behind. We never got a good successor to the Vita. We need one. Let's see what else we got here. See if we can just get a highlight video here. Shall we? Outer Worlds 2. Isn't the Outer Worlds? Oh, actually, the last Outer Worlds was really good. What else did we have? We have The Blood of Dawnwalker. So a vampire game. That's overdone a bit. Not gonna lie, it doesn't really catch me too much. We've got Super Meat Boy 2, or Super Meat Boy 3D. Never get to get into the Meat Boy series. It was too difficult for me. 120 hertz display, that's impressive. You have my attention. I'm curious what the display and resolution is on the screen. How many frames per second can it do? And can it do it with ray tracing? I doubt it. I'd be curious to know. Apparently also got Ninja Gaiden 4 coming. I never did get into the Ninja Gaiden games. Now, I did like, for those of you who are really old like me, there was a game series called Shinobi, The Last Ninja. Those were amazing when I was a kid on the Sega. Indiana Jones, Beast Reincarnation, Clockwork Revolution. Is anybody else just holding their breath excitedly every year waiting for news on the next official Oblivion game that is not an Elder Scrolls? I am. I want an actual Elder Scrolls game, not the Elder Scrolls Online. I've been waiting for what seems like forever for that. Oh, they revealed the new Call of Duty. There's nothing else really here that really appeals. Well, I never did get into Call of Duty, but I'm not going to lie, this is a little trippy. So, you know, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Are they online yet at all? Mayburst? It could be good. It could be bad. I don't know. Have to wait and see. All right, let's try and go through these PlayStation Game Showcase. I'm getting tired. It's been a long day. I almost didn't even stream, but I wanted to go through some of this and get commentary from people, see what y'all think. What do y'all think? Is there anything so far that stands out to you that you're looking forward to playing the most? Mayburst, you want to get back into Super Meat Boy? I want to get my hands on that portable Xbox and try that thing out. Alright, let's look at the PlayStation one. I woke up feeling myself. So let me see if I can find actually a good thing here real quick for it. We're probably going to skip around this a little bit. Oh, here's one with every game reveal under 9 minutes. Perfect. Wasn't Lumines a game that was out back in the late 90s on the Sega Genesis? Might be interesting to see what they do with that. So I want to look at the actual trailer for this real quick. So this is Pragmata. And We're going to look at the full trailer on this. I guess as a dad, I don't know. For me personally, I think this looks really good. Let's watch the trailer for it.
The future. It isn't just a dream. It's a promise. One we're turning into reality. With our third generation of Luna filament and advanced generative AI, we're reshaping the line between dreams and reality. We create life for our future. Delphi Corporation.
It seems like every game has great graphics, but the gameplay and story is what draws me in nowadays.
Now let's see about getting passed through to Earth. And why are these things trying to kill us?
There you are. All better.
You patched me up?
I am DI-03367. They are pragmatic.
Whoa, hang on a second. Don't you have a name or something? Good. Get behind!
As long as this game isn't one big escort mission, it should be great. I don't know. It looks interesting.
I think I can help.
Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through. What the?
Bypassing first and second firewalls. Hooking control protocols. Initiating hack.
Hey, D.I.
I said I am DI.
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Not gonna lie, really want to play that. Looks good. Alright, what else do we have here? Romeo is a dead man. This is probably the most confusing trailer of anything I saw. I never played a Final Fantasy game. I'm sorry, let me retract that statement. I've played Final Fantasy. I never played a Silent Hill game. I don't know, I just never could get into it. This looks good. This is from the spiritual successors to the original Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I might actually give this a shot. This doesn't really interest me. Let's see if we can look at the highlights in this. Baby steps, no. Hirogami, no. Huh. We got golf hot shots with Pac-Man. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Let's see what that is real quick.
We knew pretty early on that the game was fun to play. People were excited about it.
The most rewarding part of it is just seeing people react to it.
Not gonna lie, I remember playing the original Mortal Kombat, Ultimate Mortal Kombat, or it was Mortal Kombat 3, I can't remember, in the arcade back in the mall when I was a kid. I'll never forget, I got 1 quarter, and I had studied the whole damn book of all the moves. It was my first time playing it. And I think I ended up, if I remember correctly, I had like 18 or 20 wins on that 1 quarter against other people. It was a fun night.
We knew that we were onto something.
It was such a shock to see this game. I was like, I can't believe this game exists.
It became something that added to the mystique of Mortal Kombat.
We're showing you a part of a world that is much larger.
There's Mortal Kombat trilogy in there, though.
There was no template to make the games. It's a bit of the Wild West.
Every part of that game is an expression of who we were and what we wanted to do.
Flawless victory.
Might actually look into picking that up. That could be fun. What else did we have here? We got Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. That might be a day one. I never played the last 2 Neo games, but I heard they were really popular. I don't think we've had a good Thief game in a few years. It's kind of a shame. So this 007 game, I'm not going to lie, this 007 one looks pretty good. Chat, for those of you in the chat, what were your favorites from the show? I'm curious to know. Let's look at this one real quick. What was it?
There was
First Light is what it's called.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
Anybody else feel like Bond looks like Tom Cruise in this too much? I do.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the endgame is, we won't see it coming.
Not gonna lie, I really want to pick this up if it's actually halfway good.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Tell me, what do you do, James?
Lately, headhunting. I suppose this is another teachable moment.
Oh, that looks like that could be really good. What else do we have here? I think that's the gist of it. Nothing else really that catches my eye. There was Chronos. We can look at that. I'm not going to get into I'm not going to get into the Nintendo Switch news tonight. There's some interesting stuff there with that, but we'll cover that at a later date.
The predecessor.
We're going to do 2 more trailers.
ND3500 reached. Accessing predecessor's travel log. Attempting data salvage.
I have encountered an unprecedented orphan. It was in a state of suppressed recomposition.
The behavior pattern of the orphans populating the area is highly unusual. They become exceptionally aggressive.
highly recommended to proceed with caution. They seem to act more consistently, in coordination. Destroying the nest is now a painful moment. Such is our calling.
Such is our calling.
Interesting. All right, I'm gonna show you my number one that was revealed during the reveal or trailer that I thought was by far and away one. It could be one of the most interesting ones. Are you ready? Anybody knows what it is? It's the only one we haven't talked about yet. Anybody have any guesses as to what it is? Resident Evil 9.
Sir.
Grace. Grace. Grace Ashcroft.
Yes?
My office.
Oh, coming. If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days, tops.
Put a hold on that for now. We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating. Now, I need a good technical analyst on this.
Okay.
I need your eyes on the crime scene. The Renwood Hotel. I know that's where your mother was murdered. Alyssa died 8 years ago. Perhaps it's time for you to face the past. Grace.
What is this? Hey! Help!
Stay close.
What really interests me the most about this is we're actually going back to Raccoon City.
They're coming.
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
We need to keep our voices down.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
Please know that you are my hope.
Everyone's gone.
Stay away from that!
Apparently, it's supposed to be the last Resident Evil game, and then they're going to reboot it. Not surprised by that. All right. Well, I think we've reached a pretty good start and stopping point. It's late. I had a lot to cover here. On the next one, we're actually going to talk about commentary stuff. If you have a commentary subject that you'd like me to cover, please let me know by messaging me via Discord or also via Twitter. We're going to jump into this and we're going to attempt to do a let's discussion on some stuff. Go over it. I'd love to get your viewpoints too on everything we're going to cover. And again, chat, please, if you haven't, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully you liked our little going over of all the games that have been revealed over the past few days. And again, thank you very much for joining. I hope all of you have a fantastic night. Get some sleep. And we will do this again very, very, very soon. Just thought it'd be interesting to go over some of the things that were coming out there. And I will talk to you later. Have a good night.